Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com, and today the topic of conversation is about an Aries ascendant, a Sagittarius moon, and a Libra sun. So you have your ascendant degree in cardinal fire, male, ruled by Mars, the red planet. And you have your moon in mutable fire, yang again, ruled by Jupiter. And you have your sun in Venus ruled Libra, which is also masculine because it's air, cardinal air again. But because of Venus energy signature, Libra is very feminine and has to do with relationships and how we relate. So the ascendant is the degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. And the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. So the rising sign is sort of like the armor you wear. It's a classic Jungian mask, or the persona you adopt to interface with the world. Okay, it is your physical body, how you look, what people perceive when you walk into a room. It's all of that. So when you walk into a room with your purposeful Aries stride and the edgy look in your eyes, people can see you're a leader, you are a go-getter, you're a trailblazer, okay? And you're not afraid to say it how it is. You don't care who it hurts. You are the archetype of the pioneer, the initiator. So you start very many things, but oftentimes you're not good with completions and endings. And you get bored very easily, and your energy can be very restless. Okay, because with Mars as your ascendant ruler comes tremendous energy and restlessness. If you don't know how to look after that, that could be problematic. Now, and you're not afraid of eye contact. You're not afraid to stare down an enemy. You're not afraid to stare at the object of your desire. And you like the chase, actually. You can be quite the dominant. Now, Aries rules the head, so this is a very important part of your identity. And you definitely accentuate it, whether it be by makeup or hair pieces or caps if you're a guy, or even crazy hairdos. All of that with color, preferably red, like red lipstick also, because it's Mars after all, right? Mars, strife, lust, combativeness, competition, all of that. But we have to remember that Mars is not just competitiveness, it is also our action principle, without which we won't be able to do anything. So for you being an Aries ascendant, you have to look at the position of Mars in your natal chart, the dispositors, the aspects it makes and hows and all of that, to truly ascertain your karmic movement and karmic flow, you know. So since you are the first sign of the zodiac, you are the infant of the zodiac, because the soul enters Aries with a mini Big Bang and everything is born anew. So with infancy comes a streak of selfishness, because the infant understands self-preservation. So you definitely understand what you want and what you need. So there, the streak of selfishness you cannot avoid with an Aries placement. But as eminent astrologer Stephen Forrest puts it, the goal of Aries should be enlightened selfishness. Okay, how can you grow by thinking about yourself? It's deep. But then Aries is actually a deep thinker if they can concentrate long enough, because their soul ruler happens to be Mercury, or Thoth Hermes, which is higher wisdom, higher knowledge. So it's not just Martian war and strife and competitiveness. It's so much more than that, right? So wherever the soul is born in the turbulent waters of Aries, the soul is ready for a new directionality. But this is not easy or soothing. It's volatile, it's tempestuous. But there is the promise of renewal, of rebirth, because Aries is a sign of spring. And everything is born anew when the sun moves into Aries. Aries is the head. So if you have a difficult Mars, or if you have Mars in the 6th house cusp or something, then you can have headaches, persistent headaches. And Virgo is also your 6th house of health. So Virgo rules digestion and the nervous system, and Virgo can be quite the warrior. So if you're worried about things, if you're stressed out, if you're just not balancing yourself correctly, as I said, with Aries, Mars comes tremendous amounts of energy. So exercise and looking after yourself is definitely self-care. It's definitely a huge part of balancing who you are and always touching base with your emotions. So so since Virgo rules your 6th house, what you put in your mouth, it's very crucial. Otherwise, you can come down with migraines, persistent acne, and tea issues, any head-related stuff, loss of hair, glasses, because too much fire can also burn the hair, literally burn the hair. Your ascendant degrees in your head. So this is very, very active for you, very swift moving. So sometimes if you're too swift, you can get hurt, especially if you're having a difficult Mars or difficult Saturn transit. Don't forget, Mars is still the lesser malefic, but there is a very problematic streak to Mars, okay? And most of the health-related issues come from Mars and Saturn in a natal chart, honestly. So, and since Aries rules the head, you like to wear your hair short for some reason. Even women, Aries ascendant women, they like to keep their hair short, and they just have more testosterone, and even their bodies are a bit more squarish, okay? But they can have streaks in their hair and accentuate it in very many ways. So when Mars is hitting your personal planets, especially in oppositions and squares, then be careful of heavy machinery, guns, driving under the influence, and all of that, because Mars rules infection. Mars also rules accidents, war, okay? Now, with your moon, you have your moon in Sagittarius. This is a 9th house moon. So 9th house moon usually means you're never happy with your surroundings, and you always want change. Mutable fire, very interesting, ascendant degree in cardinal fire, moon in mutable fire. Now the moon is in your thighs, thighs, and the pituitary gland, because that's what Sagittarius rules. So literally your moon is in your thighs, and your hips. So if you have a difficult moon, and the pituitary gland is like the mother of all glands, it deals with the secretion of prolactin, which helps with lactation. It works with oxytocin, thyroid issue. It is a mother gland of them all. So if you have any kind of problems with your moon aspects, then you, especially with Saturn and Mars, and you can go through problems with the glandular function, also fertility, okay? And be careful of pains in the hips and the thighs. That could be something to think about. But with the moon and the moon, okay, let us understand the archetype of the moon. So the moon is our mother. It is our imagination. It is how we emote. It's how we express our emotions. It's what we feel deep within when no one is looking. Okay, it is our childhood. It's our habit patterns and all of that. It is our ESP. Okay, it's how we relate to the spirit world. And it's our instinctual fears, our emotions, a very personal part of us. Moon in Sagittarius is known to be a roamer. Bitten by wanderlust forever. You don't want to pause anywhere. You just want to go. Reminds me of the glyph of Sagittarius, which is an arrow with a piece of the bow attached to it. It used to be a centaur in the old days, linking Sagittarius to Chiron, the wounded healer. It's definitely a very healing side to Sagittarius. You are ruled by Jupiter, so you're overtly optimistic. Okay, very optimistic, cheerful, jovial, with a smile on your face. ready to laugh at jokes, and you have this thirst for other cultures and other people, foreign lands, and you want to really integrate with them because you're very close to the earth being your soul ruler. So you want to get close to the earth and all her creations and her peoples, and you want maybe a partner from some other community or some other race, because that truly fulfills you to become a part of something you were not, to truly integrate with local cultures. So you're forever the gypsy at heart, the wanderer, and you go from place to place and you spread happiness and cheer. But you can be very blunt, very, very restless. And Sagittarius, because it is Jupiterian, it has to do with all things legal, all things that have to do with justice, fairness, and all of that. So there's definitely that going on, and you need tremendous variety and change. Otherwise, you can get bored very quickly. And when you get bored, you just don't know what to do. You feel confined. You want to break out of the monotony, Think of Oprah Winfrey, how she deals with everyone, and she keeps moving and keeps spicing up her gig. She has moon in Sagittarius. Lots of travel. I see lots of travel with the Sagittarius. 9th moon. We have lots of travel, and even if you can't travel, find out a way you can, because if you're forever the teacher. And Sagittarius moons, you learn by teaching. And you are the eternal student and the eternal teacher, the archetype of the philosopher. You see the bigger picture. You're not so, great with nitty-gritty details. So that's something you need to work with. And also touching base with your emotions, because you can be very emotionally cold and detached. Also bigoted, because you can start thinking that, okay, my truth is the only truth. And that's when it hurts. Now you have a sun, a 7th house, Libra sun. Again, cardinality. So a lot of shift and change in your life. The sun is our vitality. It's a healthy sense of I am. Okay, not in the Martian sense. It's also goals and ambitions, but not in the Martian sense. It has to do with our soul's purpose. It's how we shine. It's our leadership. It's our father. It's how we take our inner vitality and project it out onto the world. Sun is in fall in Libra, so this is not a good position for your sun. And you have also a sun square your ascendant degree, your first house. So there a lot of issues with partnerships and me can pop up, because Libra is still your opposite sign, not square, sorry, opposite. So still you have Libra sun and your ascendant, your rising sign. So it's opposite your rising sign. So the identity of the sun is how you want the world to perceive you, and the ascendant is how the world perceives you. So you want people to see you more as someone concerned with justice, liberty. A Libra is the archetype of the diplomat. So you want people to see that in you. You're very, very concerned with making peace, sometimes at your own detriment. You don't want to put your point out there because you're worried of what other people will think. But hopefully your Aries rising is not allowing you to be a pushover or a people pleaser all the time, because and touching base with emotions. All these 3 signs are very intellectual, very creative, definitely the go-getters, but you have to be in touch with your emotions, otherwise it can get cold. And Libra rules balance. So a lot of supermodels are actually Libra. I think Kim Kardashian has a sun in Libra. So it's about beauty, because it's after Venusian, right? But the soul ruler of Libra is Uranus. So make sure you step out of your comfort zone once in a blue moon. Otherwise, Uranus is going to come and put the electrical bolt of awakening and wake you up. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you like these videos? If yes, why? If not, why not? What are your placements? And hop over to my website to check out the readings I offer, and also check out my merch. Thank you.